we ready?
Okay.
Let's think about it.
Sure. Whoa!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hi everyone! Just after the dress rehearsal, the first one that we all got to see of the first semi-final. We're joined by Dean from AC Scott.
Welcome
for this
Thank
review.
you.
To explain, Chris had to leave after Portugal performed because he was
Interviewing them,
that
yeah,
half.
yeah.
So what we're going to do, we're going to say for the first 7 songs up until Portugal in the running order, all 3 of us at the same time, which of those countries impressed us most?
On the count of 3, 3, 2, 1.
Poland.
Whoa!
There you go.
I mean, there we go.
It's quite conclusive.
Yeah.
Who wants to start on Poland? Because I think we've all got good things to say.
Yeah, I mean, I've just got one word. Mother.
Yes.
Mother, and fire. Fire.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is amazing. The fact that she is, she is kind of representing the mother. She is a little bit in the older generation. I don't think she'll mind me saying that.
No.
And the way she moves on the stage, insane.
Yeah.
This will surprise. I think it's definitely elevated from the national final.
Yeah.
And you will obviously see that when you watch it. It's going to wow a lot of people. I think definitely wow me.
This all season, this has been a grower for me, and actually being in that arena tonight, seeing differently from what you see on screen, the volume, the power, and this just does not dip in energy whatsoever. It's just so captivating to me, and you just want to keep watching. And I just wish it was more than 3 minutes. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
There's enough similarities that if you like the national final, this is just going to improve it for you. I'm not, as people know, the biggest fan of this song. It's not in my top lists, but this was a show that I was just glued to. It was really impressive, stunning LED visual backgrounds, fire,
Movement on the stage,
pyro.
like they use every single,
Yeah.
even the rafters when she goes up in the air. Like there's
Exactly.
Poland is covering all bases of this massive stage, and yeah, hats off to them.
Absolutely, and Justyna's vocals and holding that note twice
Impressive.
for and it is just incredible, really, really amazing. So Poland was, I think, for all of us, out of the first half of songs.
Absolutely.
I will also add as well that I agree that this song wasn't my favourite at all. I still don't really listen to this much, but it doesn't matter if you don't like this song.
No.
This performance will wow you. Like, it does not matter one bit.
It's just the bass and the volume with Justyna's voice is just, it's electric. It's amazing.
Yeah. So we're going to come back to talk a little bit more about the individual songs, but second part, it's just going to be me and Dean for now saying for the second half, the country that most impressed us after Portugal. It's really difficult, this one. Really difficult.
Are we decided, guys?
I'm decided.
Yeah.
Okay. On 3, 2, 1.
Croatia.
Well, there we go. Difference of opinion. There we go. Oh,
Dean,
yes,
what were your opinions like on that?
Well, when the rehearsal clip came, again, this is kind of a similar situation to Poland. I'm not a big fan of this song. Like, it's not a song I will regularly listen to. It's definitely not in my top 10. But I will say this staging, wow. It's more the LEDs and kind of the way he's moving. The way he's very synchronised with his dancers. It is really, really polished. Looks professional. On the LEDs, it's kind of, it begins with these eyes and almost it's tracking him across the stage. It's very kind of stark, obviously very red. It looks really amazing. They've got the dancers, the 3 dancers on the frame stage. It's kind of, as he's walking, it's through the middle of the song, the verse. It's kind of
It's the one you see in the rehearsal clip.
It's what you see in the rehearsal clip, but it looks really professional, it looks amazing. This definitely wowed me. Albania is also one that wowed me, but it's my favourite song. But I have to say Belgium because of the staging. I have to say Belgium.
And I'm saying Croatia because this is 17% chance of qualifying in the odds. True. And that show, they have basically done everything possible that they could do to make this qualify. It was, Marco's vocals were incredible, the actual performance was incredible. maybe a little bit too much fog at some point, but maybe that adds to the mystery on the camera because we didn't see it. We should be clear as well, we couldn't see all of the angles and the shots. But his vocals were incredible. The way it was portrayed, the lights, the Lego lights down low and crisscrossing, it was really, really well done. And Croatia, the song itself is not in my top 10 either. Did see potential for it. I'm just really happy that that staging came together.
So first up, we've got Iceland Vibe with Roa. Again, with this being where it is in the running order, I think that's a good thing. It certainly was entertaining. I think similarly with Croatia, I think Iceland have done as much as they can with this performance in terms of panning the stage. And yes, I think, we will see. I think it's borderline.
No, I would have to agree. If you like the national final performance, you'll like this. It's the exact same, but I think they're given more energy. There's more dance moves, there's more choreography in this. Yeah, it's definitely professional. It's I agree. It's borderline. It's a strong semi-final. I want to see this through, but it's strong. So I don't think I honestly don't know. I couldn't give you a definitive answer on that one.
It's going to kick off the show in the right way.
Yeah.
I think it's severely disadvantaged by Poland coming straight after it. And for me, that's now making it. In my mind, I think it's out. Vocal issues, but a number of performers had vocal issues, and this is rehearsal, so you can't get too much into that.
And then we go on to Poland, and this, of course, was our favourite out of the first 7. This is again you think you've seen it all by watching the national final performance and this on screen, but being in the arena for this, just the volume and the bass, it's just, I'm running out of adjectives to say how good this is. And can't wait to see it again in a few hours.
It does something to you. The fact that we all agree as well, we at the same time that Poland is our
all with different tastes in music, and we agree.
Yeah, literally, it paints a what's the phrase I'm trying to say here?
It takes your breath away.
It tells a lot. It says a lot that all three of us say Poland immediately. This is an amazing performance. It grabs you. Yeah.
And I think we were saying just when the first beat drops into that chorus, I don't know whether it's the volume, but it almost sounds a bit trippy, and it's like transformative. Like you're thinking, oh, is that it's supposed to sound like that? But it is, and it just adds to the performance, in my opinion. And this kind of like witchy world that Justyna wants to take you to.
Fire-breathing dragons at the end, just top it off.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
And then we go on to Klemen, Slovenia. How much time do we have left? Beautiful performance. The first LED graphics, it just, again, I heard someone next to me, it might have been you actually, they were just like, oh yeah, that looks really good. Really beautiful, really emotional. And the way the song finishes as well with, it's Klemen's wife, right? It's just, it completely changes the tone from Justyna to Klemen. Again, this is another one I'm not too sure on its qualification. Klemen definitely creates a moment up there, which is memorable.
Klemen's a really good performer as well. He's a really good singer. The fact that he can sing like that, I didn't hear any notes that were kind of off with Klemen. He's such a good performer, and the fact he can do that upside down, he's still upside down in the performance. It's relatively similar to the national final. It's emotional. People will connect to this. Definitely people will connect to this. I just don't know if enough people will connect to it to pick up the phone for it, and the fact that it does come after Poland and Iceland and followed by Estonia does not help them at all. But never say never.
This came in the middle of a party playlist, and suddenly I was reduced to kind of introspective thinking, and the camera angles that we saw looked really good, and it's classy. It was really classy performance.
From one to another, we go on to Tommy Cash. Espresso macchiato. I mean, this was, I was in Estilal, so I saw the performance there, loved it. I love the comedic side that Tommy has, but we knew he had to bring something different to this one, which he did. So, I will let one of you discuss it. But I was happy with the with the show that Tommy gave us today?
I would just say I love this song. You said you're at Iskilo. I love Iskilo. It's one of my favourite national finals. This year, loved it. I loved this song. But once I saw the staging, I was just a little bit kind of... there was something missing from me.
Yeah.
There was just something missing from
agree.
me. But this performance has that something missing. It has that. It's in there. Don't give too much away, but there's something in it. It makes it a little bit more comedic. There's an extra element in there that when you watch it, it feels funnier. It feels light-hearted almost. It feels
Exactly, and I think it's not. I feel like there's been a picture painted of Tommy in a certain way in the build-up to the contest, and it's not an arrogant surprise, which is nice. No. It's like I was a bit like admired by it, and the idea probably came from Tommy himself. So yeah, I liked it.
The elements that people were talking about, the art, the humour in it went over my head. Now I can appreciate it, enjoy it. There's something in it that connects with me, and I'm going, that's funny, that's cool. Whereas before, I didn't have that at all.
I was really excited about seeing this one and seeing Melody live for the first time.
Oh, controversy incoming.
I really love this song, and I love Melody as a person, but I thought the beginning and the end were fantastic, but there was something missing for me in the middle. Whether they're saving it for as we get closer to the final, it's fair enough, or whether there's something more that we'll see. But I felt like there was nothing in the performance today that I haven't seen before.
I would say the same. Yeah, there's nothing new about this. There is kind of like, I would say it's a costume change.
Oh yeah.
There is a little bit of a costume change. There was a few things they do have to kind of maybe tweak. I think she did come out. There's a curtain that comes in. She comes out that a little bit too late into the coming out of the second verse, I think it is. It looks good. It does look good. It is an upgrade from the national final, but it's just there is something missing for me. And maybe it's the hair flick. Maybe that's what I'm missing.
That'll be it.
Yeah, that's what I'm missing.
This gives me nostalgia vibes for when I used to live in Spain, and that tells you a bit how old the song is in terms of it's a bit dated. Yeah. There's no wow moment where you're kind of thinking, oh, that's really cool and different.
Ziferblat with Bird of Prey. I would really like this. This is one that's grown for me, the song itself. I find myself like singing to it. When I first saw the rehearsal clips, I was a little bit surprised at maybe the costume changes or what the entirety of the performance would look like. But the backing vocalists play such a big part in this, and it's the same kind of note that she sings. But it's just, it's like an angel, like singing to the gods. It's just beautiful. It's, similar with the lead singer of Ziferblat. I haven't never heard him beat off. I really personally like the costumes as well. I think it's vibrant, it's fun, it's Eurovision. Yeah. So,
I mean, the song suits, this staging does suit the song, I would say. And the outfits definitely do. As I'm going to mimic what you said there, vocals are on point. I've never heard a bad vocal from these guys. And the girls as well, the backing vocalists.
Yeah.
You did say something at the end. You did say you think this is coming top 3 in this semi-televoting. Yeah. I'm not that sure of it. I'm not that sure that enough people will vote for this, enough people will connect to it, but I do think it's going to get through. It's Ukraine at the end of the day. But I don't think people think this is as safe as what it is. It's still a good performance, but I don't think it's as safe.
I did miss the garden from the national final. I don't think it's necessary for the Eurovision performance, but it's just, having seen that. But Daniel's vocals were amazing. The energy on stage was great, and also his charisma on stage is really fantastic. There's a moment of him together with the one of the backing vocalists harmonizing or singing together. One does a harmony, and it's just beautiful. The reason I think it's going to be top 3 is because I don't think since 2020, since COVID basically, I don't think Ukraine has been out of the top 3 in qualifying, and I don't think this is the song that's going to push it out of the top 3.
Again, this is pretty much copy and paste from Melody Festivalen, but that's what Sweden do. because the performances are so good. Yeah, I love this. I love the song. It's entertaining. It's Eurovision novelty that we love to see. No one steals the limelight from these three guys. They're all just as good as each other, and they're all funny in their own way, and when it comes together it's just magic. So yeah, it's going through. It's great. Was there anything spectacular that I wasn't expecting? No. But it's obviously going through, and I think we'll be contesting for the win this year.
Yeah, 100% agree. This obviously everyone loves it. I've not seen one person that say they don't at least enjoy this performance at Melfest. But I must say, when I was looking around the room when they were performing this, there was not kind of one person that was going. There was so many smiles. This performance really is. You have to be in the arena. I think it's just such an amazing feeling watching this performance. It is really, really great. Obviously this is a semi-final prediction. This is definitely going through.
Yes,
100%. We don't even have obviously this is definitely going through.
No doubt about it.
I still don't know if it's going to win the show. I will say that right now because the performance is amazing. It's so good. The guys are just absolutely amazing. But I just don't know if it's going to win. I just have that weird feeling.
I would agree with that. Quite probably going to win the semi-final.
Yeah,
I would say. Yeah. Some of the LED background is pretty cool. So that's nice additions, like adding forests, etc. But there's just something there lacking for me because
a winning moment.
A winning moment that means that it's going to swipe the televote with 300 to 50 to 400 points.
Yeah.
I don't see that right now.
No.
I think that makes it more exciting though, because
yes, sure, absolutely.
Like for the past few years, it's been like we've had a lot of runaway winners. Bookies have got it very right. They normally do, but it's more fun, I think, for fans and for us as well. It's
a great party.
Yeah, and it just plucks up more conversations about what the result is going to be. So yeah, really, really excited to see how it all unfolds. This is a completely obviously different tone from Kai Sweden. What I will say is I love the outfits. I love the mood of this song. Again, Napa transport you to their world on stage. It's light-hearted. It feels like you're almost in the clouds with these graphics. There's like it's light. It's a light performance, which I think is really it's a good stance. And there's a lot of like hope and positivity in this song. And yeah, the feeling of wanting to be home and remembering where you come from and your roots. So yeah, they really did this well on stage, and you can tell they were just all vibing with each other. I don't, whether there's an audience there or not, they are all so well connected, Napa. So my opinion hasn't changed on its qualification from seeing this performance. I still sadly don't think they will qualify, but what a platform that they've managed to get here at Eurovision, and it's the start of an incredible career for them.
I agree. I see this probably struggling to get through. I don't think it is going to get through. But now, noticing after I watched Norway, actually, I realised being in between Sweden and Norway, I thought that was going to affect them badly, but I actually think it might make them stand out a little bit. It might make them stand out. Possibly, it might be a good thing. It might be a bad thing. Yeah, the song's beautiful. I mean, I interviewed the guys as well, and they said to me that they wanted to make it feel like it was just a band playing a show. Yeah. They didn't want the kind of razzmatazz, the sparkles that Eurovision usually has. They wanted to make it feel like it was just a band simply playing a show, and that is what it is. So they're staying true to themselves. Portugal do stay true to themselves every single year. They kept on going with that this year. I just don't know if it's going to work this year. That's the only thing. It's a strong semi, and this isn't a strong song. That's just the moral of it.
The message is still not being translated well enough, in my opinion, to the Eurovision stage, and that's why I think it's pretty much going to be left behind. Yeah, I don't see it going further than this semi. So we've lost Chris, who has gone. He didn't see the next songs in the rehearsal zone. Dean and I saw them. So we're going to start off with.
I mean, you said to me in this performance that you were kind of worried. There's been kind of talks he's kind of losing his voice, and he didn't speak at the turquoise carpet. I mean, there was no worries. I mean, this performance was really, really good. I did enjoy this. Energetic. It is kind of pretty similar to the LED Grand Prix performance. He's got the kind of the two pillars behind him. He walks to the frame stage. Lots of fire. Of got the kind of the fire. I don't know what you call it at the end. There's
It's
lots
like
of pyro.
a lighter.
Yeah,
Flickering, not even flickering,
it's just flickering fire.
Yeah.
He does this kind of jump toward at the end. Does the beautiful vocal moment. It's very similar to the national final, but it is really, really good. He's so young as well. I forget how young he is.
Yeah.
Such a great performer. I know there is some people worried for this. I'm personally not. I do see this going through. I mean, in my qualifier predictions, I had the second. I thought this was sailing straight through. Obviously, it's not that high now. It has kind of slowly dropped. But yeah, I still think this is safely sailing through.
Yeah, the song is so accessible to people, and in a semi-final with so many different styles of song, this is probably the most accessible for just the casual watcher of like concerts or music, or just as a music fan. It's pop accessible. The worries I had pre-hearing it were basically that I found that quite often, well, not quite often, the number of times there have been Kyle not being able to perform using playback, having issues with his throat and his voice, and if that gets worse or if something happens, it could affect ultimately his performance. But regardless, the song itself is strong enough, and the staging and the dancing and the choreo is more than strong enough to qualify. I don't think it's a non-qualifier at all. It's just gone down in kind of my confidence of it being 100% definite through.
Yeah.
It's now like 95% it's going through, but there's a little niggle there going, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a for sure qualifier, but I do think it's going through. But it's not for sure. There is a possibility, there is a world where this doesn't make it, but I don't think that is going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
They staged Gustav in 2023, and now this Red Sebastian. The staging is out of this world. It is incredible, and his vocals are top notch. And for a rehearsal, when people are not, focusing so much on the vocals, they want to give it all in the end. In the semi, but this was just outstanding performance.
That's exactly my reaction. Yeah, if that's him holding back for a rehearsal, I want to see what he's like at the live final or the live set. But he's going to be in the final.
He'll be in the final.
Don't worry.
This is qualifying.
Yeah, 100%. There is people, again, that are kind of worried about it.
Everyone says Belgium's not going to qualify every year, but
no,
this is qualifying.
This is for sure. This is now, after seeing that in my, for sure, this was my favourite kind of staging, kind of the second half. It's stunning. It looks beautiful. Obviously very red. They've got these kind of eye graphics everywhere that were really cool. It's almost like kind of pop art at the beginning. Not pop art, but it was kind of that.
Yeah.
Had triangles with eyes on them all over the stage.
You can see the Gustav-esque kind of modernity of the staging. There's a slickness to the artistry in the staging.
It's very precise.
Yes.
It's so beautiful. And again, paired with his vocals, it is amazing. This is 100% going through. No worries for this whatsoever. Yeah. No worries.
So after Belgium's performance, we had one of the big five. And that was Italy, Lucio Corsi, with Volevo essere un duro.
I think you got it. I'll never be able
something
to
like that.
Yes.
I think I got the first word wrong. But yeah. What do you think of that?
I'll say before I'll say this. I am not a huge fan of this song. I do skip this. I don't connect to this song. There are people that love these types of songs. See if you like these kind of Italian ballads that are really, really beautiful. You'll love this. I'm not that kind of person. I will say this staging is it's cute. It's cute. It's really. He starts on the piano. It moves to it's very similar to San-Marino. If you saw the San-Marino performance. Yeah. A little bit more kind of pizzazz. There is these kind of props on stage that are big amps, I think.
Yes.
It's cute. They're
retro amps.
Yeah, very, very retro. He's in this yellow suit with it's really beautiful. It's beautiful. It's nice. I just you said again you think this is going to do well with the jury. I don't see it. I feel like this is probably going to be at least worst result for quite a while. I will say that. I know we're going to have different advice. It's probably the one point we're going to differ. I don't see this doing as well as people think. It's going to do well. I'd say maybe left-hand side of the board, possibly, but I don't think it's going to get any higher than that.
You see something like Germany last year? something like that?
Yes, probably, around that. Kind of a better jury score than televote, I think. The jury's going to love us more than televote.
I agree.
But something's not hitting for me. I like it, it's cute, but it's just not for me.
What we did see with Italy and with Lucio is that all of the lyrics are translated and it's subtitled. So it's subtitled in English, he's singing in Italian, and it's very similar to the San-Marino performance. I didn't get a different energy from San-Marino at all. I didn't get a feeling like he was super excited to be there or that he was unhappy to be there. It was giving nothing in terms of energy.
Yeah, it's Lucio.
But the actual vocal performance, you can't ignore how strong it was. The lyrics are really good. I think the production is really strong, and these are all the points that are kind of, it's not original. That would be the one thing I would say. But those other points lead me to think that juries are going to score this highly, depending also on what else gets into the final on the semis. But that's why I think it's going to get a good high. I say plus 150 plus in the jury. Yeah. But they're not competing in the semi-final to qualify, whereas the next country, Azerbaijan, is. So, what did you think of Azerbaijan?
Azerbaijan, I mean, I really like this song. I do love this song. This is one that it's probably one of my most listened of the year. It's just my style. But I think for Eurovision, it's a little bit, we don't see songs like this much at Eurovision, but it's I will say this, the staging definitely needs work. I don't like the camera. I did see the camera cuts, kind of trying to focus on the performance and the camera cuts. It just seems a little bit static in a way, even though they've got so much going on the stage. It feels quite static. His vocals, I will say, this is just a rehearsal, so I'm going to take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Weren't great in this rehearsal. This rehearsal wasn't great. If he does perform like that tomorrow night, worried. But I am worried right now with the staging as well. I'm worried for this kind of regardless.
So for me, after this performance, Azerbaijan is now a DOA. If the song was performed well, the staging wouldn't matter so much, but the verses were just so off key. The vocals were so bad in the verses. The chorus was fine, but the verses were really noticeably bad and off key. San-Marino was after Azerbaijan.
Yeah, San-Marino.
You're right.
I mean, I don't want to say this is DOA. But there's so many people, and I mean so many people. I see it on Twitter. I see it here in the press room. So many people are thinking this is DOA. We had a chat about it before. I don't think it's as bad as what people are expecting. This isn't bad at all. It's definitely an upgrade from Una Voce per San-Marino. Definitely an upgrade. I feel like they've spaced them out, but I mean, the singers and the tambourine. Is it a tambourine or is it like one of the it's weird what
it's
it's
almost
playing.
like a drum thing.
Yeah, it's a handheld kind of like it is weird.
I don't know, not weird. I just don't know what it is.
I have no idea. Vocals sounded okay. Same as the national final. There wasn't really much difference. The big difference was the pyro. I feel like the lighting helped this song as well. I will say there was no audience in this. Rehearsal. I think we will know tonight because the jury rehearsals tonight. We will know, I think, if this song has kind of a pop, a bit more of a spot. If there's an audience in there, a bit more atmosphere. I think that's what this song is missing. I will still say even with an audience, I don't think it won't help it that much. But there is a possibility for this. This could be a shock because it's fun. It's fun. People will like this. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, and in the qualifying odds, it is there down to qualify. But I found even the vocalists at times were a bit off. The song, they also have LEDs of like very famous Italian things in the background, and one of the drawings in the background of the LED is this very famous Italian drawing of the Vitruvian Man by Leonardo da Vinci. And we'll come back to that. You'll understand why that's relevant later. Now, for me, San-Marino still remains borderline non-qualifier for me. It hasn't changed.
Yeah, I will just say as well, there is at the beginning of the song, the LED in the back. slightly scary. Slightly prepare.
Oh yes, true.
It's like it's they're chewing. It's like a big. It's like a porcelain statue head chewing, and then when it goes into the first chorus, I think it is, blows a bubble gum and then pops, and it makes the whole kind of arena pink. It's quite a cool effect. It's scary though. I will say that. Just warn you. A warning.
And then after San-Marino, we come on to what I think is both of our favourite songs. A song of this year is Albania.
I was just so excited for this one. As you say, my absolute favourite. It's only been recently kind of went into my number one slot. I love this. I was so excited to see this, and I was really, really hoping they'd get it right, and they have. Oh my god, they've got it right. Camera shots perfect, vocals from Beatrice, absolutely amazing. I mean, they've kept yet again some fundamentals from the national final. They've got Colette doing the drums, and then Beatrice when he's doing his little speaking bit, she's doing the drums as well. It's sublime. I think once we go into that second chorus with the fire, the zjerm, it's going to be amazing. That's the wow moment for this as well.
Yeah.
I really do see this. I see this doing really well. As I've always said it from the moment I saw the rehearsal clip, I feel like this can do a Norway 2019 and possibly win the semi-final. Possibly. I mean, Sweden is in the semi-final as well, but I do think this is going to do really well with the televote.
Yeah. So for me, Albania. I've been so invested in this song, and Beatrice impressed me even more than before today. It was much stronger the vocals were just, they hit you straight away, and you really recognize how strong her vocals are. The mic is tuned to the exact perfection of the level of noise you need to hear from Beatrice, and the camera cuts, the visuals, the LEDs on the floor, on the walls, everything. It's beautiful, and the way they do the camera cut so that you focus mostly on Beatrice when she's doing her thing, and then on Kola when he's doing his thing. There was a mistake that happened in the rehearsal, but this rehearsal happens, and that was at the start of Kola's verse, so we didn't get to see really very much what Kola's part is going to be like because of that. But that these things happen in rehearsals, and it didn't take away from the actual song and the fact that this is going to do really, really well.
Very well.
So after Albania, we had a song that has been in the news in some countries recently, Netherlands, Claude. Performing C'est la vie. Dutch fans being quite vocally negative towards this in some respects, others not being so much so. What did you think of the performance, of the rehearsal?
I must say I was worried when I saw the rehearsal clip. I think everyone was. I think he just obviously was having a little bit of a rough day with the vocals, because this was vocally kind of, it wasn't perfect, but it was definitely better than what we had saw previously. Staging for me, it's all right. The staging is all right. It's a lot handheld. It's a lot of kind of Steadicam.
Yeah.
But that means there's connection with him and the audience and the camera as well. The way he looks into the camera, very good. There's a very good connection with the camera that's following him. I like the song. The song will connect with a lot of people. I feel like this it's sailing straight through as well. I don't feel like there was a worry for this after the rehearsal clip, but for me,
I think the Dutch people are still worried about it non-qualifying. I think it'll qualify. No. I think the big issue is here with Netherlands that people were putting it as a potential dark horse to win.
Yeah.
I don't think we can talk about that anymore.
No.
You could see at times the confidence knock that he's taken, and also the staging didn't lighten. It was very dark. It didn't really attract you to kind of pay attention to different things going on till a burst of colour at the end. And there's this moment where he's at the very end looking into the reflection in a mirror. It's not a real reflection, but it's a projection of a child. Imagine it's him as a child.
Yes.
And that's touching. That's a really good piece of staging, but there's just not enough in there for me to say that it's a dark horse and it's going to be a potential winner.
I would agree with that. I actually forgot that bit of the staging, because that was the best bit of the staging.
Yeah,
100%. That is it's translated a little bit from the music video. They took a little bit of the music video to the live performance, and it hits. That's the bit that kind of made me go, but it's it will get through. I just don't think it's going to do as well as people think in the final.
Give us your impression, Dean.
I mean, you said earlier this was your favourite of the second semi-final, second half of the first. I think this is 100% an improvement, and I would fail to see someone that doesn't think this is an improvement from the national final. Amazing vocals, definitely hitting it I can't see him kind of not hitting this. It's an absolutely amazing vocal performance. The lighting, oh my god, the Lego lights, they come down at the start of the performance, the red, the greens, the contrast, it's amazing. It is really, really good. By the end of the performance, they have this kind of, the frame stage is covered in these yellow lights as well. It looks great. The costume as well, loving the costume, really love the costume. It's a big change. I'm not saying it's likely to qualify. I want it to qualify. After seeing that, I do want it to qualify. I don't think it's likely though.
Marco's vocals are out of this world.
Yeah.
And it fits so well with the staging. As I mentioned earlier, I think there was maybe a little bit too much fog with the cauldron, because I didn't really see the cauldron, which is part of the main prop at the start.
Yeah.
But the whole poison cake, like baking up this kind of imagery, and then coming at the end with this Tudoresque outfit of, poison was a big thing in that kind of era back in medieval times, and you put the imagery there and it works so well, but the song is not to be taken literally, obviously. But the imagery adds so much. Like, this is night and day compared with Dora, and I think Croatia couldn't do anything more with this. Marco couldn't do anything more with this, and if it doesn't qualify, that's sometimes just the way the cookie crumbles, but they've given themselves the best chance to qualify with the way they've done it.
Yeah, I will say this as well. If this does qualify, it's not going to be a shock to me anymore. It would not be a shock to me anymore. If this qualifies, I'd be like, great.
This was interesting.
Yeah.
What did you think?
One word: beauty. Beautiful. Oh my god, this is just it's elegant as well. This is very elegant. It is, I'm pretty sure it is one shot. It's just one camera. It is a first for Eurovision, revolutionary. It's
that was supposed to be Marina Sati that last year. It didn't happen.
That didn't happen. They've actually followed through with it.
They've done it this year.
The lighting is perfect. I was trying to kind of switch my eyes between the stage and the feed, because I think you don't get it if you're in the arena. I don't think you'll get the feels from this, but watching it, you will definitely 100% love this. It's so beautiful. Her vocals on point. See when she's doing the end, see the oh my god, vocally on point. Such a beautiful song, and the staging fits the song as well. I was worried with the blog post that they announced, kind of trying to describe it at least.
Yeah.
It's really hard to describe something like this.
It is. You have to see it.
Yeah, you have to see it. It is such a beautiful staging. It's really, really amazing. And I honestly think this is going to do very well with the juries. Very well.
On that note, I just briefly saw it because everyone's talking about Belgium after this rehearsal, and Belgium's gone up to 6th in the odds. Switzerland has jumped up to 10th, I think, now, after these rehearsals. So that's how much this is production perfection for TV. Yeah. And there is a point that at the very end we don't see it on the screens, but there will be lights from the audience. I think that's going to be the end of the performance, where it's basically lights moving in the audience, panning out. That's going to be the only time they pan out from her. But Zoe has just, this is the Swiss team and delegation, and whoever's put this together is creatively incredible. Watch out for this in the final. That's all I will say on that.
It's a risk. This was a risk, definitely.
And they can do that as a host city.
Yeah. And they've pulled it off.
A host country even. Our final song is Cyprus, the big hype about the Cyprus thing.
I mean, it's definitely impressive. The performance is impressive. It does make you go wow a couple of times. He's constantly moving. These structures, the way he's performing on them is impressive. It's really, really good. Constantly moving. It looks good. It does look really, really good. It looks professional. And also his vocals were okay. I mean, I was expecting them to be actually worse than what they were. I know your face. I was expecting to be worse than what they were because he's moving constantly. I think it benefits from being last in the running order. Yes. I feel like this is 100% sailing through. It doesn't really matter. The staging is too good as well. I feel like if his vocals were a little bit iffy, I feel like it's going to sail straight through anyway. And the final's a different question. But yeah, for the pictures to video, it translates. I feel like it's what I was expecting. I got. That's from watching it.
I mean, I as I said earlier, I find it very funny that San-Marino, or earlier in the running order, they had the Vitruvian Man, which is the opening shot of Cyprus. And there's this whole big secret from Cyprus for months on end, and it's like it's an Italian painter painting an ideal male body, or drawing an ideal male body proportions, and that just disappointed me so much already. I was down on this because I was expecting something super special. The staging is good, and the staging is going to get it through, and that is, for me, the saving grace. The song is, radio version I love to listen to, but I really didn't think the vocals were good. For me, they just didn't work. I know he's moving a lot, and I know that you can't excuse that, but he's been training since September to do that, essentially. And they were still, he doesn't have a strong enough projection in his vocal for me.
I agree in a way.
That's the issue that I have. And he didn't even say the last shh at the end of the song. He just put his finger to his lip and didn't say shh. So it's tiny things like that you're kind of like, this is not hitting where, for me, I want it to hit. And I feel like Cyprus they have such an amazing staging team that they could have made different choices with the same staging. Maybe change the Vitruvian Man to something else, and this would then be much higher for me, and I'd stand actually a chance to getting a top 10 in the final. Now, to me, it's a bit of a nothing burger apart from the staging.
Obviously, the acoustics in the arena today weren't the best.
No, they weren't. They weren't.
So I think when you see it on screen on TV, I think it'll sound, hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers for some of the performance, it'll sound a little bit different. Yeah,
let's hope so. So that's what we thought of the rehearsal. We will be back with the review of, we'll obviously have other stuff coming in between, but we'll be back after the first rehearsal of the second semi, which is Wednesday evening. So we'll let you know about that, but between now and tomorrow, let's see what happens and who qualifies tomorrow evening. And thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Dean, for stepping in when Chris had to step out to an interview.
Thanks for having me.
When a delegation says we can only do this time for an interview, then you have to go. So
that's what happens.
So we got an amazing replacement for the second half of the semi, and we'll be back soon. Bye bye, and see you very soon.